First off, let's just twirl this guy around and show you all the different sides of the amp so you can see he's in nice shape. So that's that. And the top, there's all our controls upside down. Excuse me for that. There they are, all the controls. So to begin with, there's 3 different ways you can power this amp. There is the battery compartment down here, which I never use because the idea of having the batteries needing to be replaced all the time is not too thrilling. But the second option for that is you can buy these separately, and I'm not including one, but you can get a battery pack for a laptop, and this is a 5-volt to 9-volt converter that you can get on eBay. They're like $8 or so, and you can plug this into the back and turn this on, and voila, you can power it with this, which is great. And then the other option and that stays charged for a long time. The third option is the adapter, which comes with the amp, which we are going to plug in right now. We plug this guy in, and voila, once again, we have power. So the first thing I'm going to show you, which doesn't require me to plug anything in, is our rhythm section, which is independent of the rest of it. These are a drum machine with many different beats on it, and it has an independent level and tempo and a start-stop. So you can turn it up or down. Change the tempo. I've never used this myself, but could be kind of fun to play with when you're practicing. Then we have all these different rhythm settings. Boom, boom, boom. The one other thing in this section is this tuner, which I've never used, and it only does the note E. So you would have to get your E and then tune it manually for the rest of the time, and that doesn't really thrill me, so I haven't ever used it. But there it is. I assume it works. I haven't actually tested that one feature. The next section, these effects, the send here, this is your mic input. Excuse my arm. This is the mic input. The trim control affects the mic volume. The send control affects just this part of the effects, which is room, spring, echo, and delay. And these you can send the vocal through. These other effects are for the guitar. The tap tempo here, which, you can make it fast or slow, will affect like the tempo of the effect. So the first thing I want to show you about using a mic with this is my adapter, which you can get on Amazon, and they're just a few bucks. And this goes from an XLR mic cable to a 1/4 inch, and you'll notice the mic input is 1/4 inch. So you need a 1/4 inch mono to TRS, or no, it's XLR, female. So I have a mic here. I'm going to plug this guy in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's good. So we have, like, let's say we go over here to the echo. Here's a delay. And the amount of delay, you can turn it off and there's no effect. You can turn it all the way up and there's like a ton of effect. And then the tap tempo. Well, I'm going to put the mic down for a sec. So check, or we make it faster. Check, check, check. So that controls the speed of the echoes. Here's a different echo. The amount is controlled by the slider, so the further you get toward the fat part of that little diagram, the more effect you have. So, like we put here, just a tiny bit of reverb, and then we'll move it up to the end of it. Check, it's more reverb. The tap tempo can also affect the reverb tails, and then the trim is the volume of the microphone, so that goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And let's move on to the guitar. So there's a bunch of different amp models. There's the attenuation here, which I mentioned earlier, which you can just experiment with. There's the volume. There's tone, which you'll hear an effect more. This is gain, so that makes the distortion come in. You can turn down the gain, turn up the volume, and you'll get a more clean sound. And then if we turn the volume down because the gain makes it louder and turn up the gain, kind of a more gainy. And then there's just a whole bunch of different settings here from like, this is a pretty clean one. There's a you move to the right-hand side of the circle, the more distorted types of amps they are, which you can turn down the gain and then the last one is a line input, which just gives you the sound of what you're plugging in. So maybe for an acoustic guitar or something, if you want to. There's a compressor on here, which tends to make more sustain. There's a chorus and a flanger and a tremolo. I don't think that tap tempo is affecting that. It's just for these guys. Okay, I think that's everything, and I believe everybody works good, so thank you very much.